I'm back. Um, so, hey, apparently the last video, it didn't get corrupted or anything. But it must have shut off. As I was saying in the last video, because I already have two, artifacts, and if I control either one of them, Dehund Operative will get, Death Touch and +1/+0. I am gonna remove Sky Skiff and replace it with another commencement of festivities, which is just basically prevent all damage. And yes, I actually do have this many cards that I had to do all that. I think this side is Magic and this side is Yu-Gi-Oh! But there's so many cards that I had to actually put them like that. And let me just add Sky Skiff onto there. And yeah, there we go. Alright. Next card. I use one malfunction. However, my buddy used, I think it was like two. And it is enchant artifact, it is an enchantment. Enchant artifact or creature. When malfunction enters the battlefield, tap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Until this goes away, that creature or permanent or whatever can never untap. Oops, I just dropped my card. Let me just place it there. Alright, next cards. I use 4 accumulative knowledges. And what they do, they're an instant. And when you play it, it is draw a card, then draw cards equal to the number of cards named accumulative knowledge in all graveyards. Oh, wait, all! Oh, I never noticed that. I thought it was just in yours. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. But anyways, say you would play this, and then it would get sent to the graveyard. You draw a card for playing it, and then you would draw a card for it being in the graveyard. So that would be 2 for 1. If you play 1, you get 2. Play 2, you get 3. Play 3, you get 4. Play 4, you get 5. That's just for your graveyard alone. Okay, I seriously never noticed that it said all graveyards. And I've been using that card for I don't know how long. Alright, next one, I use Imperial Voyager. It is a 2/3. It is flying and trample, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, I get that many energy counters. I think it's interesting because I don't think I have any cards that might require. Oh, excuse me, I got like the hiccups. I don't think I have any cards that actually require energy counters. So it is a bit stupid to have, but it doesn't. To me, in my mind, it doesn't hurt to at least have energy counters, I guess. Next card I use is Fairgrounds Warden, and when it enters the battlefield, I get to exile target creature and opponent controls until this card leaves the battlefield. Why I have that card is because there are some cards that I can't actually just take out right away. So like if I am able to exile it, it will allow me to build up defenses or build up offenses and to be able to move it when Fairgrounds gets destroyed. Alright, next card I use is Harsh Scrutiny. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a creature card from it. That player discards that card. Scry 1. I don't remember what Scry does, or I think it's Scry. I don't remember what it does. I want to say it's like take one card off your deck and like manifest it. I think. I don't know. I don't remember. Don't don't get angry that I was like I think it's this. If that's just a different one, like don't get mad. Don't hate the video just because I messed up on something. But anyways, next card. I use Dreadwaters. This might not be the best, one of the best choices, but because I think it's helpful to have. It's one of those cards that like I feel like it doesn't hurt to have. Um, if my camera will actually, hello, you're gonna focus. There we go. Target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of lands you control. Again, it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't hurt to have it, but at the same time, I mean, it is a bit stupid because I don't think I'm ever going to be able to take out the opponent just by doing something like that. However, it could help in a pinch. Next card, I use Welding Sparks, and I think so. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. In case you haven't noticed already, I am using a rainbow deck. I believe they are allowed. I believe they are hard. This deck, I find it very easy to get around that. That it's apparently hard to control with more decks, due to the fact that I keep a I don't put too many, say like I don't put too many mountains. This requires only one mountain to play. I will only have one mountain to play it. But anyways, I use Welding Sparks, and oh my gosh, focus. Welding Sparks deals X damage to the target creature, where X is 3 plus the number of artifacts you control. I might, if I have both these artifacts over here, then that would be 5. I can do to the target creature. Next card I use is Cow Prowler. It is a 6/6. It doesn't have any abilities, but I have it in here just because it is. I think it's an okay card. I haven't used it yet. A lot of these cards I haven't used yet, so I can't really say if it's okay, bad, but I think it doesn't hurt. I mean, I have Inkwell Leviathan, and that's a really expensive card, but I built my deck based on abilities. And like Cow Prowler and Inkwell Leviathan, I put those in due to the fact that they have a good amount of base damage. Like Inkwell has 7 and Cow has 6. So I think it is okay. In my mind, build a deck around the abilities. Don't build a deck around the attack and defense, or power and toughness in this case. Last card for instances and spells and all that is Fortuitous Find. It is a sorcery. I get to choose one or both. I can return target artifact card from my graveyard to my hand, or I can return target creature card from your graveyard to my hand. From my graveyard to my hand. Again, like any return from graveyard card, it's helpful. Onto the lands. I use 4 combined lands. I use 1 Spire Bluff Canal. Spire Bluff Canal enters the battlefield unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. And I can tap it to add either a water or a fire, or a land, an island, or a mountain to my mana pool. So there's that. Up next, I use 3 Thornwood Falls. Thornwood Falls enters the battlefield tapped. When Thornwood Falls enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, allowing me to gain 3 lives. And I can tap it to add a forest or an island to my mana pool. Okay. Okay, next, I use 7 islands. Now, again, I think this is an okay amount due to the fact that I have a lot of like waters. I because the deck is mainly based around uh water and grass. I use 7 islands and I use 7 forests, as I will show you here. There's all my 7 forests. And then I use 2 plains, a mountain, and a swamp. Again, I don't use too many of those. And again, reason why I use so many of forests and islands is due to the fact that it was originally a green blue deck, blue green deck, whatever. That's what it was originally. I then started adding all these new good cards, and it eventually became a rainbow deck. And because which one was it that there was one? Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay, there we go. Expedition Raptor. That's why I have 2 plains in here. Expedition Raptor requires 2 plains to summon. I have 1 mountain due to the fact that I don't use that many whites, reds, and actually no, I use a decent amount of whites. Okay, sorry, I just don't use a lot of reds and blacks, so that's why I only have one of these, and they both red and black cards I use only require one of the respective lands. But there you go. There's my whole deck from the Planeswalker to the islands and tokens, I guess you could say. But yeah, and I do want to tell you guys, I don't keep decks. I got this out of deck a deck pack as well.